I'm at the Chemould Prescott Road Gallery, and I'm with the director, Shireen Gandhy, and Shireen's going to take us through some really exciting works here. Hi, Shireen.
Hi.
Can you take us through some of your works at the gallery?
I'd like to talk about Desmond Lazaro in this booth. Desmond comes originally from a BA and an MA in Fine Art, and then proceeded to do. He proceeded to Jaipur to learn under miniature paintings because that was something that was really obsessing him. So he learned under the great master Bannu in Jaipur, and instead of going there just to experiment and find some new language, he ended up working and living with Bannu for 11 years and did a PhD subsequently and did a wonderful book on methods and methodology in Pichwai painting. So he really talks about the artist's point of view. It's not about the religious point of view, which Pichwais generally tend to be. It's not about Krishna and eventually, after those 11 years of sort of devoting his life to that, he came back to his own practice and his own sort of language, and started working with the imagery that was sort of within him rather than the devotional imagery. But coming back to his own practice, he started working with what he had learned from there, so what he had imbibed from that, which was making his own color, making his own pigment and his own paper, which, bringing that traditional aspect into his own work is what, and so when you look at his work, it's sort of so fine that you can almost pick the straw. This is the work of Mithu Sen. In this particular work, she's worked on a very special Japanese paper called kozu paper. It's an extremely old form of paper making, and extremely looks very delicate, but apparently it is the most long-lasting paper that has been tested and could have a life of 300 years. And it's so Mithu's kind of has been instrumental in creating the textures in the paper, and therefore we decided to use a light box which not only showed out the work but also the texture of the paper. But anyway, having said so much about the paper, the work itself, of course, Mithu's language is quite unique to her. She uses her body as sort of comfortably as she uses collage of plants, of sort of very amorphous, organic kind of materials and forms, and it's kind of difficult to put her work into a single thought. But I think that it's something that you sort of Mithu's work is more like an experience,
Yes, and you keep growing into
Yeah, it sort of touches you, or you feel. Sometimes people feel they feel quite. It's so strong, and it could be so delicate. So you could either be very drawn or also repelled, and both reactions are interesting, if a work can do one or the other. So I think Mithu has that quality in her work.
Thank you so much, Shireen.
Okay, bye.